Happy Monday. It's August 10th, 2020, and most importantly, it's another day to be thankful, to being on the right side of the ground. Whether you're starting your day, enjoying lunch, driving, or tuning in a different day that this episode drops, really appreciate you tuning in. I am looking forward to enjoying this cup of coffee with you today. Well, welcome back, and thanks for joining us on today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Please continue to tag me in more good news this week and share the episode with one new person today who would enjoy good news every Monday and Friday. Also, if you give the episode a shout out on social, please tag me so I can know. As always, huge thanks for everyone for sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review last week. Hey Peter, what are we talking about on today's episode?
Thanks a lot, Eddie. Today we're going to be talking about good news.
Thanks, Peter. In case this is your first time tuning in, welcome in. You made it right on time. On behalf of myself and all the other modern believers out there, we're happy to have you in. There's always room for one more. Before we begin, though, you may be wondering, Eddie, what or who is the modern believer? That's a fair question. Here's my answer. The modern believer is you. It's our families, it's me, it's our communities. In a world with so many contrasting views, it seems we're constantly bombarded with news that do the opposite of cheering us up. We can all agree on one thing, though, and that is that we all enjoy a positive story that reminds us that there's humanity and a lot of good going on in the world. The modern believer is an individual that knows change can happen. Let's begin. Heart attack, survived. In the wilderness of... Was that a grizzly? Anyways, in the wilderness of... Oh wait, it's Megan and Joe from Alaska. Which better people to share how they saved a 75-year-old man's life?
Hi Eddie.
Hi, Eddie.
Hope you're doing well. We have a story for you. The other day we were sitting at the park on the river and this boat came speeding up to us right in front of us and beached kind of right on the rocks, a bad area, and this young man in the boat yelled at us to call 911, but neither Joe or I had our phones on us, so Joe ran up around the neighborhood looking for someone to call 911, and he was kind of struggling to find someone at first, but I ran down to the boat and there was an elderly man. That young man's father slumped over in a chair and he was unresponsive, he wasn't breathing, he had no pulse. So I hopped on the boat and had the son help me drag his dad to the back of the boat and immediately started to administer CPR. And about, 7-ish minutes later, the first responders arrived and they took over and they continued doing CPR and they took him to the hospital. And we had some trouble trying to figure out how we could, follow up with this story. And so we called the police department and the ER, but they weren't able to give us any information because of HIPAA laws and whatnot. But long story short, after some research and digging, we found out that Jerry, the old man, he suffered a heart attack and he ended up living, and he's going to be okay, and he should be getting out of the hospital probably today or tomorrow. So I'm in touch with his son, and Jerry wants to meet us, so hopefully in the future we'll get to meet Jerry. This time he'll have a little bit more life in him.
It's easier to be kind, and I am glad you guys followed your instinct. Keep us posted. I'll make sure to follow up in a few weeks and check in. Thanks for being you guys. Be kind always, no matter. One simple action can really make a difference, everyone. A shared post turns into a mutual friend, and then a mom that happens to know the one and only Dave Matthews. The Landsman family has their father in the hospital right now, fighting COVID. And when the nurses started playing Dave Matthews Band, Mr. Jim started to feel better. His children thought of a plan. They were going to get a video from Dave filled with encouraging words to help Jim wake up. And their first or second day that they launched the video, it was a video. They got a video, everyone. Last thing I was expecting when sharing it on the podcast's Instagram page was that there was a mutual friend whose mom knows Dave Matthews. Thanks, Rachel, for making this happen. Really appreciate you. And here are some words from his children, Jordan and Clay.
Hey, Modern Believers, this is Jordan Landsman Clay Landsman.
We're here on an update for our dad, but first we wanted to thank the Modern Believer for connecting us and getting our message out there for our dad, and we really truly believe in the power of good thoughts and prayers, and that's what this is all about. So we wanted to give an update on my dad for today. We got a really good news on him. He was struggling coming off the paralytic, and as of right now, he has been off the paralytic for 24 hours, which is awesome. He is responding to us for the first time, so we've been able to FaceTime him a couple times, usually every day or at least once, and this is the first time that he's actually moved. He responded to us by opening his eyes, he can shake his head, so we're really hopeful today. He's been really stable on a low oxygen setting, and we're really just hoping and praying we can get him off that ventilator because he seems to hate it so much. So all good news today, and we hope that they keep coming in, and we thank everyone for the outpouring of love, and it's been incredible how far this story has gotten, and my whole family feels the love from all around the world. We've seen people messaging us from a bunch of different countries and wishing well for our dad. So our dad's gonna wake up and be probably pretty embarrassed and overwhelmed, but we're really excited to show him how far his story has gotten and how many people it's truly touched. So thank you again for connecting us and following our story. We're excited to
Jordan, Clay, really appreciate you sharing some words with us today. Again, huge shout out for Rachel for helping make this happen through her mom. And a thought is love's currency. So let's keep Jim in our thoughts and everyone else that's fighting COVID right now. Hopefully this will be done sooner than later. And remember, be kind always, no matter. Thomas Rhett Webex. We are all in this together right now. That's no secret. I choose to wear a mask for my health, the health of others, and for the healthcare workers that are in the hospitals right now fighting this virus in the front lines. This, unfortunately, is not going to go away overnight. But the sooner this is gone, the sooner tens of millions of families that have healthcare workers in them can resume a semi-normal life as well. Cisco Webex used their amazing platform to make a bunch of healthcare workers in days. So who else to make their day better than country star Thomas Rhett? Here is Thomas from the video that was published by Webex on all their social media platforms.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thomas Rhett here. About to jump on a Webex call to surprise some well-deserving healthcare workers. You guys are my heroes. I have a lot of family who works in healthcare, and y'all inspire me to want to be a better human being. So I'm very grateful to be on this phone call with y'all today. I'm probably going to get sappy, so I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to play you a song, if you don't mind. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Oh, don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. Thank you. Y'all take care, okay?
Wow, amazing collaboration by Webex and Thomas Rhett. Much love to everyone that helped make this happen. Personally, Cisco Webex has surely made my life lots easier during this pandemic. Undeniably, an amazing, great tool that is helping the economy push forward during these times. Next time you see a healthcare worker, give them an Air 5. I want you to think of one thing you are grateful for today. Just one. But if you think of more than one, that's great too. Let's take a few seconds to be grateful. Hey, Peter, what are you grateful for today?
There are a lot of things I'm thankful for. I was given the opportunity to move out here to Austin, and I've seen so much positive change come from that. I mean, it's just a beautiful city. And as a result of the 1,200-mile move, I stay in contact with a lot of my friends and family more than I was when I lived right up the road from them. They're all happy and healthy, and that's extremely important to me, especially during this global situation that we're going through. And on top of all that, there's people like you out there, Eddie, who are spreading positivity and letting us know that there are good things going on in the world, as much as it may not seem so.
Peter, I'm with you. Just like yourself, being from North Carolina, I moved to Florida, Orlando specifically, and this move helped me leap out of my comfort zone. I grew up a lot as an adult, and obviously the friendships that are back home were just made stronger. So I'm really happy that you're enjoying the benefits from moving as well and stepping out of your comfort zone. To anyone else that's looking at this video right now or listening to this podcast, if you have any doubts on whether or not you should take that jump and move, do it. I promise you, it's worth it. Today, I'm also grateful for all the Daniels and Sydneys out there. Happy birthday to you both. The world became a better place when you were born. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Confucius said that. Pretty smart fellow from way back in the day. Race of hands, how many people would like to go to the gym once and be set? Race of hands, how many people would like to start a business, make one sale, and be set? Common theme, huh? Whether it's health, personal, business, etc., hard work pays off. 0.001% improvement per day is better than 0. 0.1 pounds lost is better than 0. One sale is better than 0. Keep pushing and chipping away. I should have also said, and if it's mental health especially, keep pushing, reach out to people, know that you are loved, and every day when you wake up, it's 0.001% better. And I promise you that that's going to add up quicker than you expect. That we can keep talking for hours and hours and hours about all the good news going on in the world. You need to go about your day. Fly. Be free. But before we go...
All right, modern believers, let's make it a good day.
Much love, Peter. Everyone, please send more good news this week and keep sharing to friends, family, coworkers, and anyone else you believe would enjoy good news every Monday and Friday. Please leave feedback in the form of a review, download, and follow. What cool stuff is going on in your community or company? What do you want to hear about next? Comment on the IGTV video or tweet at me. Ultimately, you are the one that's taking time out of your day to join me and all the other modern believers out there. And if you want good news shared, please post it and use the hashtag good news is the good news as well. Remember, it costs $0 to be a kind human being. Keep smiling and loving all the people we encounter in our walks of life. I want to thank you for your time and remind you that I love you, and I am immensely proud of you, no matter where you are in life. That smile you give, uplifting attitude that you give to a complete stranger may change their day, and maybe, just maybe, thanks to the love you gave them, they start spreading that love back to others. And then, boom, we build a beautiful chain reaction of love. Stay blessed and keep fighting the good fight. Thanks for joining today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Make it a great day.